TrustSwap allows you to become a venture capitalist and get in early on low cap altcoin projects in this incredible crypto space. That's what we're going to be covering today, the actual project overview, then taking you into the TrustSwap dashboard. We'll show you the minimum you need to stake in order to get access early to these projects. We've seen beautiful projects like YieldApp, MoDeFi, two of my favorites, come through this ecosystem and actually allowing you to get in early on these upcoming projects along with their calendar to see what's coming next. All of that plus the actual swap token at the very end on CoinGecko. Stick around for all that. We'll have timestamps for everything and links down below in the description. Let's hop right into TrustSwap.
All right, we're here on the official TrustSwap website. Make sure you're on this exact one, trustswap.org. There are a lot of scammers in this crypto industry that run ads on Google if you're just typing in TrustSwap. That's why I always leave links down below in the description so you guys can follow along to exactly what we'll be covering in this video. We will be moving into how you can get involved in their launchpads here in a second. But first of all, let's go over really how they describe themselves and a little bit of their website. So staking, smart lock, smart swap, these are kind of two unique things they have. Obviously, a lot of projects have staking. Different projects have launchpads like Dime and PokerStarter, ones that we've covered in the past. And those are just a few of them. Those are more well-known. So you can easily buy the Trust token on Uniswap and then buy using Transact. That's like using a credit card. Okay. So you have $411 million locked in to date. They have obviously where they're featured on. They have these great explainers if you guys want to check those out. Pretty easy to understand in my opinion, but if you're brand new to TrustSwap, this video might not be exactly for you, but that's why we do this portion, and that's why we leave timestamps. So if you're more advanced, you can skip ahead to see where we're talking about the Launchpad. All right, so essentially how they describe themselves in a traditional world of finance, large-scale investment firms called venture capitals or VCs get priority to early-stage startups. Because of this exclusivity, the general public gets stuck buying in at later prices, creating an unfair situation. So this is very true. In order to really be a VC, you have to be an accredited investor, have a net worth over $1 million, or over it's like 300,000, making 300,000 a year. The problem here is we're judging people off their net worth, not off like the knowledge in their head. So there could be like a trust fund kid that could be an accredited investor with a net worth over $1 million just because his parents gave it to him with no know-how of how to actually invest, like hasn't really done any research or anything like that. He's just throwing money at random companies and they'll take them, but not someone that knows a lot about the industry. So in my opinion, when we're moving more into a world where it's going to be based on, not necessarily what's in your bank account or your net worth, but rather the knowledge you have about investing. So it'd be similar to like maybe down the road you take a test to kind of show your confidence in this space, and then you can move forward. But TrustSwap kind of pushes past that whole process and allows you to have early access to these projects. And obviously you cannot just be throwing money at these willy-nilly. You have to do your own research. That's why we have that video always linked down below, how to do your own research. Let's talk about this. So with TrustSwap, you become a venture capitalist and gain priority access to early stage startups. By staking the swap token, you get guaranteed access. The more swap you stake, the larger the allocation you receive. So that's very important. We'll get to that here in a second. All right. These are just some of the ones that have launched. I'm a big fan of MoDeFi and YieldApp. Let's see. So they have this smart lock. This is something that I think is massive and more projects should do. So multi-million-dollar crypto projects are emerging every single day. Keeping their digital assets safe is crucial for both the team and their communities. Through our audited token liquidity pools or liquidity locks, these assets can be securely stored and distributed on schedule to ensure confidence and peace of mind. So these are kind of use cases that they include. So automated employee payments, these are all things you can do with smart contracts, which is how smart locks are built. So I'm assuming everyone knows what smart contracts are. Ethereum is kind of the main hub for this right now. Subscriptions and time lock tokens, those are actually really big use cases. And then will execution, that's interesting. Give some payments, and then they say like a couple of things on there. So let's cover Smart Swap, and then we'll get right into the TrustSwap dashboard and how you can get involved in these projects. So VC firms invest billions of dollars into crypto companies via over-the-counter OTC trades, paying astronomical fees. For lawyers and middlemen to oversee these deals and custody funds, TrustSwap removes the middleman and provides non-custodial, fully audited, and secure smart contract solutions for larger payments and to transact over the counter securely, quickly, and with minimal fees. That's huge. These middlemen are really who we're trying to cut out in this space. So, there's kind of two main use cases: enterprise and then peer-to-peer escrow. All right. Okay, so as you can see here, if you're on, we can go back here. Essentially, if you click this, the launch dashboard, it'll take you here. And through here, you can see kind of some key metrics they kind of show you. But then if you want to get into where you can actually connect your Web3 wallet, start staking, start using the Smart Swap, and start actually getting involved with these Launchpad products, you need to click here. And that's where I already have this practice MetaMask account set up. I always recommend having multiple MetaMasks set up, but in this case, I have not interacted with Trust. I'll kind of show you guys what you can do here. So essentially, they have this laid out nicely. At time of recording this, the TrustSwap price is $3.77. Number of stakers is 10,000. So this is still so early, guys. And the staking pool's filled. Usually, with things like PokerStarter, these things go so quickly. Currently, PokerStarter does not have any projects you can get involved with, and it's very, very quick. We are making an updated version of the Polkadot how to get in projects early with PokerStarter. Sorry, I meant to say PokerStarter throughout that whole thing, but essentially new Polkadot projects come through the PokerStarter ecosystem, where the ticker symbol for PokerStarter is POLS, the Pulse token, and that's kind of another platform where you can get involved with the launchpads. But we do have some opportunity here. So you can see the TrustSwap token staked over time. It's still so early. And I mean, this thing's going to go parabolic when we really get this bull run. Obviously, we have started the bull run, but we have not seen anything yet, let me tell you. So max cap is 50 million. Total rewards is 1 million, about 1 million swap. Total supply is right around 100 million. Yeah, around 100 million. Total burned is 3,000. Estimated annual percentage rate is 12%. That's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily looking for like the highest percentage rate on annual return, but what I'm rather looking for is an opportunity where I can get into these projects early, and I'm assuming that's what you guys are looking for too. So obviously this percentage rate, annual percentage rate, is a second order effect, which is great. 12% is better, way better than any bank is going to give you. It's even better than something like BlockFi, which I personally use. But this is just kind of an added effect since these projects are higher risk, high return. But let me tell you, all of their launch pads have done very, very well. If you're using one, like I have a couple different MetaMasks where I've actually done things here, but just for privacy reasons, I do have to use a MetaMask account. That's I haven't interacted with this yet, but if you're interested, you've done this, you can look at your personal stats. Always the swap score is kind of like almost like a credit score. You can see everything here, and then leaderboard's nice. If you have participated, you can actually claim the tokens over there. And then if we go into launchpads, you can see the TrustSwap Launchpad is your ticket for early access to the best new crypto and DeFi tokens in the space. See below for Launchpad stats and details. All right, so the upcoming Launchpads is one. So there's not that many new things to get involved in, but if you're in this for the long run, you want to understand there will be new opportunities. So just because you see a project and maybe it's not for you, maybe it's not something you have kind of a niche area of expertise in, which I always recommend when you're getting involved in a project, you should have kind of an edge. You should be a little bit of an expert on this, at least do your research and try to become a little bit of an expert. And you can see the total launch pads were 10. And with this one, it is currently closed. The minimum you would have needed was, I think it's like 4,000 swap tokens, if I'm correct. Yes. So yeah, you would have to stake 4,000 swap tokens. But guys, remember, this is all relative. Like, I was fortunate enough to learn about this project fairly early. So if you're getting in, yes, this may be a bit expensive for some people, but again, it is relative. So I think for me, it's about, I got it around like $2 or so. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't buy the bottom, but I'm expecting a further dip, and I'll pick up more swap. But it's kind of done about a 2x from when I got in, so I'm staking about like $8,000 worth of Trust tokens. So Again, this may not be for some people, but when you compare it to things like venture capital, this is quite, I would say, affordable. It's especially when you have the high opportunity projects like Bitcash Pay. So again, if you're not interested in something like that, you should have look out for things like MoDeFi. I love MoDeFi. I love Yield App. Um, Albit's pretty nice. So these are all ones in the past. You can see how they did, the initial price, the all-time high. So most of these have done, like let's see, we had over 10x there. Most of these have done very well. None of them have, like chain games is something that I passed on. A lot of these it all depends on what you're most interested in. So you should really be looking at what are the ones you're going to pick and choose, and then set up your position. Maybe try dollar cost averaging if you're interested, so you can have enough staked. But again, all of these will have a minimum requirement. Okay, so all of these has a minimum requirement, and that's pretty much it. Like let's see. What else is going on here? We will touch on their token here in a second, but just remember that only pick and choose. Don't FOMO into these guys. There's always opportunities out there, and if anything else, you can just get in when they hit the public sale. Because typically, when these get launched on Uniswap after their private sale ends, on PokerStarter, Duck.Dime, or even here, we see kind of a major push up by bots on Uniswap. Like they shove the price up, and then it's a massive dump. So watch out for those things. Be very, very careful. If you're trying to get in on that, like kind of first day of the public sale, I recommend just kind of watching the price action and being very, very cautious. So that's pretty much it. They do have things upcoming. If you want to stay up to date with what's going on, you can check this. So this is for example, this is Cellframe. Yeah, they kind of have like different updates they have here. So you can stay up to date there. I'll have all this linked down below in the description. But let's move over to the TrustSwap actual individual token. So it is $3.77 at the time of recording this. Market cap is about $250 million. We're seeing the 24-hour trading volume just under 10 million. For me to be actively trading anything, I like it to be over 10 million. But yeah, let's see the price chart down here. All-time low was about 3 cents. So this is why I'm saying it's all relative, guys, because yes, maybe 4,000 trust tokens seems a little expensive. Let's say if you're buying around the $5 mark. For some people, but if you're buying at the 3 cents mark, maybe it doesn't seem so bad. So it's all relative. That just shows you the kind of power of getting into things early, especially understanding what they're building, what they're doing, and just kind of avoiding the all the noise in the space. There's so much noise. Focus on the quality projects, and for me, TrustSwap is definitely one of those. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I mean, if you guys enjoyed this, definitely leave us a like down below. Subscribe to our channel. Keep up to date for notifications. Let me know in the comments if you want me to see me talk about maybe me getting into different upcoming Launchpad projects. I can do a video where I'm actually showing you me staking these things, me receiving these upcoming tokens. Just let me know down below in the comments. Like I said, I did have to use kind of a practice MetaMask account just for privacy reasons, but if I'm doing this, I'll just blur some things out for a future video or figure something out. But I'm happy to do this to show you guys what it's like to participate in TrustSwap projects, or even like a Duck.Dime or a PokerStarter project. Yeah, so become your own venture capitalist. That's pretty much all for today's video. Like, subscribe, button all, invest global, and until next time.